Nintendo has quite possibly created one of the best Mario 3D games and tacked it on to the end of an existing game. And we're gonna talk about it. Suproids, my name's Haley Hemorrhoid, the drag queen gamer. So yes, today we are going to be talking about Bowser's Fury, which is an addition to Mario 3D World on the Nintendo Switch. The premise is that Bowser is covered in black shit. Kind of like the black paint in Paper Mario Color Splash, though there was no reference made and not really any explanation of why Bowser is this way. However, the objective then is to collect cat shines, which are scattered across the islands in wherever you are. They might have said it, but my brain is just...
Haley, you dumb fuck. How is it not obvious? And you call yourself a gamer? What kind of channel even is this? Not gaming, that's for sure. Hashtag cancelled.
It's like a lawnmower engine powering a Lamborghini up in here. Can I get an amen? So basically, you're collecting these cat shines. Once you get enough of them, it unlocks the Giga Bell, which turns you into a giant cat so that you can take on Bowser. You defeat him, he sinks back into the water, only to come back next time you get enough cat shines. Everything is cat. It's fucking adorable. Even the little seagulls have cat ears, and they are the cutest fucking things. And I honestly love the cat theme. And honestly, this is everything 3D Mario should be. Bowser was terrifying for like the first time ever. Like, look at him, he's fucking scary. Every couple minutes, he would rise up out of the water, it would rain, it gets dark, and he'd start attacking you. There's fire going everywhere. It was panic-inducing, but in a good way. The Mario series needs this more. Like, I've never been scared of Bowser, ever. Like, I cannot think of any scenario where I'm like, oh man, Bowser's terrifying. Bowser's such a scary monster. No, he's always been this big idiot that Mario defeats super easy, but somehow he keeps reviving himself and kidnapping Peach again. But he's terrifying this time. And even though it's scary and might make you want to hide every time Bowser comes around, it's actually useful because there's certain cat shines that you can only get when Bowser is out by tricking him into breathing his fire on certain blocks that only he can break. And sometimes I did take cover because I am a fucking pussy. The cat shines were plentiful, but not too overdone like I feel like the moons were in Mario Odyssey. I actually wanted to collect all 100 because they kept it fun and it felt rewarding. I enjoyed the gameplay of this a lot. I enjoyed the layout, the giant open world map where you just went from island to island with different challenges on each. Each time you came back, it felt like there was more to do, and it was just so much fun that I wanted to collect them all. I didn't even know what the reward at the end was going to be. I know it's usually not much based on how past Mario games are, but it was going to be worth it for me, especially because this was a bit of a shorter game because it is just a little add-on to another existing game. So you can't have expectations for a really long, full-out game, but they gave us a lot for this just being something nobody was expecting and added on to an existing game that they were re-releasing. This was awesome for what you get. But I wanted to collect all 100 cat shines. I felt like the 800 something fucking moons in Odyssey was a bit much. I didn't feel like collecting all of the moons in Odyssey because I was like, what am I going to get from this other than some extra levels once I get so many moons, when I get to visit new kingdoms, which you can barely consider kingdoms because you basically walk in, do a boss fight, and you're done in that new, quote, kingdom. And you don't get much new content for completing it as a reward or anything. So it's just kind of felt pointless when you only needed 200 to complete the game to go back and get 800. Whereas in this, you could get forced into the final boss battle at around 50 cat shines, and it felt like it was worth getting another 50 to just have them all. It felt fair, it felt rewarding. And for completing it, the reward, again, wasn't high. Bowser's hair changes, Mario's cat suit resembles the Giga Cat suit from any time he gets a cat suit now. Bowser Jr. is now a cat, and you can see Bowser Jr.'s drawing at the end of the credits. Again, like I said in my last video, an alternate ending would probably have been nice. Maybe I'm just spoiled by like series like the Crash Bandicoot series, where they give you an entire new cutscene for completing the game, which is something Mario never seems to give us much of anything for completing the games. So there's usually not much incentive there. So if they're not going to give us major rewards, they need to make the gameplay interesting enough that we want to keep playing. And it needs to feel feel fair and rewarding. Bowser Jr. also helps you on your quest. You can choose to have him help you not at all, a little bit, or a lot, and it can be helpful, no matter what setting you have it on. I mean, other than off. He'll whack things for you. He'll show you where stuff is at. It's actually really cool, and if you want to play in 2-player mode, then the second player can be Bowser Jr., which is an interesting character to be able to play as in a 3D Mario game. And my final take is that I honestly think that this could be the direction that they should go in for future 3D Mario titles. Kind of like a mix between Bowser's Fury and Odyssey would be like the perfect chef's kiss game. It was great. I loved it. I'm going to give Bowser's Fury my rating of the Hall of Fame, meaning I will replay it yearly because I want to, not because I'm saying it now. But remember, just because I will replay it every year doesn't mean you have to feel the same way. Let me know in the comments how you felt about this game. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure your notifications are turned on because there will be more videos coming very, very soon. Support me on Patreon to help me continue being a full-time entertainer between this channel and my cooking channel, which if you haven't checked that out, it's really funny, linked down below, as well as my live performances. If you support on Patreon, you get exclusive videos, you get to join my Discord server, free merch, and so much more. Please check that out. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and I'd like to give a special shout out to my super VIP patrons, Paul Ember, Lyndon Grillis, Brielle Barlow, McKenna Mess, Brian Hart, Amy Harless, Jason Sachs, and Dante Munoz. And if you would like a special shout out at the end of every video, just support me on Patreon and choose a super VIP or higher membership. And I will see you guys very soon.